Hey there, welcome to another episode of the English Speaking Podcast for Beginners. I'm James, and with me today is my wonderful co-host, Sarah.
Hello, everyone. We are really excited to have you here today. Whether you're just starting out with English or want to improve your confidence, this episode is for you.
Absolutely. Today we're going to talk about a super important topic, how to speak English confidently. We'll share simple, practical tips that you can start using right away.
Right. And don't worry if you feel nervous or shy about speaking English. We've all been there. The key is to keep practicing, and we'll guide you through it step by step.
So, Sarah, why do you think it's so important to speak English confidently?
That's a great question, James. Confidence in speaking is important because it helps you communicate clearly. When you feel confident, you're more likely to express your thoughts and ideas without hesitation.
Exactly. Think of it this way. When you speak with confidence, people are more likely to understand you, even if your grammar or vocabulary isn't perfect.
Right. And you know what? Confidence also helps you enjoy the conversation more. You can relax, have fun, and really connect with others. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, totally. And that's a big part of learning any language. It's not just about perfect grammar, it's about communication. And confidence makes that communication easier.
Absolutely. So, before we get into specific tips, I want to remind everyone listening that it's okay to make mistakes. Nobody speaks perfectly all the time, not even native speakers. The goal is progress, not perfection.
Yes, mistakes are a normal part of learning. So let's jump into some tips, shall we?
Let's do it!
Okay, so the first tip we have for building confidence is to start with simple phrases. You don't need to know a lot of fancy words or complicated grammar to have a conversation. Simple is good.
That's right. In fact, using simple phrases can make your conversation smoother. Let's give some examples. James, how about you ask me a few questions using simple phrases and I'll answer?
Sure, let's do it. Here we go. Hi, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How about you?
I'm doing well, thanks for asking. What did you do today?
I went for a walk in the park. It was nice.
Great. And you see, everyone listening, that was a simple, clear conversation. We didn't use any difficult words, but we still had a friendly chat.
Exactly. And starting with these types of phrases is a great way to practice. It's easy to remember, and you can use them in almost any situation.
Moving on to our second tip, practice with a partner. This could be a friend, a family member, or even someone online.
That's a good one. When you practice with someone, you get used to having real conversations. And it's a safe space to make mistakes because you're just practicing.
Yes, it's like a practice game before the real thing. Plus, if you practice with someone who speaks better English than you, they can help you correct your mistakes in a kind and helpful way. If you don't have a practice partner, don't worry. You can practice on your own by talking to yourself.
Talking to yourself? That's a good one.
All right, now let's talk about our next tip. Speak slowly.
Yes, this is important. Many people think that speaking fast makes them sound better, but actually, speaking slowly helps you sound clearer and more confident.
Absolutely. When you speak slowly, you give yourself time to think about what you want to say. Plus, the person you're talking to can understand you better.
That's so true. And if you speak too fast, you might end up making more mistakes or getting confused about what to say next. So it's okay to slow down. What's the rush?
Exactly. So, for everyone listening, remember, don't worry about speaking fast. Focus on speaking clearly. Let's do a little exercise. I'll say a sentence fast, and Sarah, you say the same sentence slowly. Ready?
Ready!
All right, here's the fast version. Hi, my name is James, and I'm learning English.
Hi, my name is James, and I'm learning English.
See how much clearer that was? It's easier to understand when you take your time.
Our next tip is to use positive body language, even if you're speaking on the phone or online.
That's an interesting one, Sarah. Can you explain more about how body language helps with confidence?
Sure, even if people can't see you, how you sit or stand can change how you feel. If you sit up straight or stand tall, you'll feel more confident. And when you feel confident, it shows in your voice.
That makes sense. It's like when someone is smiling while talking, you can actually hear it in their voice, even if you don't see them smiling.
Exactly. So, when you practice speaking English, pay attention to your body language. Sit up, relax your shoulders, and take a deep breath. It really helps.
Great tip, Sarah. And I would add that practicing in front of a mirror can help too. That way you can see how your body language looks while you speak.
That's a great idea. It might feel funny at first, but it really works.
All right, on to our next tip. Listen and repeat. This is one of my favorites.
I love this one too. Listening and repeating is such a good way to improve your pronunciation and speaking skills.
Yes, exactly. When you listen to native speakers or people who speak good English, try repeating what they say. You can repeat a single word, a phrase, or even a whole sentence. It's like mimicking their speech.
That's so helpful. And it's easy to do. You can watch English videos, listen to podcasts, or even use English apps that have speaking exercises. Just press play, listen, and then repeat what you hear.
Yes. And the great thing about this is that you don't even need a partner. You can practice anytime, anywhere, just by listening and repeating.
This is a big one. Don't be afraid of making mistakes.
Oh yes, that's so important. Many beginners feel like they shouldn't speak unless they're 100% sure they're correct, but that's not the way to learn.
Exactly. The more you speak, the better you get. Mistakes are just part of the process. When you make a mistake, you learn something new.
Right. So instead of feeling embarrassed, look at mistakes as opportunities to improve. Everyone makes them, and it's okay. The key is to keep speaking.
And honestly, most people won't even notice your mistakes, especially if you're speaking with confidence. Just keep going and focus on the conversation.
That's so true, so don't worry about being perfect. Just keep practicing. And our final tip for today.
Yes, daily practice is the key to getting better at speaking English.
Exactly. Even if you only practice for 5 or 10 minutes a day, it will make a huge difference over time. It's like exercising. You get stronger the more you do it.
That's a great comparison, James. And daily practice doesn't have to be formal. You can practice by watching TV shows in English, listening to music, or even reading out loud.
Yes. Or you can set aside a few minutes each day to have a conversation with yourself. Like we mentioned earlier, just keep the habit going.
The more you practice, the more confident you'll become. It really works.
Absolutely. So everyone listening, make it a goal to practice speaking English every day. You'll be amazed at how much progress you can make in a short time.
Well, that's all for today's episode. We hope these tips help you feel more confident when speaking English.
Yes, and remember, confidence comes with practice. The more you speak, the easier it gets. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. They're part of learning.
Exactly. And don't forget, speaking English is about communication, not perfection. So go out there, practice, and have fun with it.
Thank you all for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends.
We'll see you in the next episode. Keep practicing and stay confident.
Bye for now.